Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Country is celebrating National Unity Day today, commemorating the birth anniversary of architect of modern India, Iron Man Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to refrain from negative narratives that try to divide the country on the lines of religion, caste and language. Foundation stone for various developmental projects worth around 8,000 crore rupees will be laid by Prime Minister in Gujarat today. In Morbi bridge collapse, Prime Minister asked for close monitoring of the situation and delivery of all possible help to the affected persons. Second edition of Naval Commanders Conference of 2022 begins in New Delhi. Assam Chief Minister appeals to the United Liberation Front of Assam to come forward for peace talks for a developed and prosperous Assam. In Jammu and Kashmir, police arrest 2 suspects and recover a consignment of arms and ammunition dropped through a drone along the international border. And in cricket, in the T20 World Cup, match between defending champions Australia and Ireland underway at the Gabba in Brisbane. The country is celebrating National Unity Day today, commemorating the birth anniversary of unifier of modern India, Iron Man Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. On the occasion, Prime Minister Narendra Modi presided over the Rashtriya Ekta Divas parade at the Statue of Unity at Kevadia in Gujarat today. The Prime Minister also paid floral tributes to Sardar Patel on his birth anniversary. Addressing the occasion, Prime Minister said, Rashtriya Ekta Divas is a tribute to the invaluable role of Sardar Patel in unifying our nation. He said unity has always been a uniqueness of India, but there are attempts to break and divide the country even today. He urged people to refrain from the negative narratives that try to divide the country on the lines of religion, caste and language.
अतीत की तरह ही भारत के उत्कर्ष और उत्थान से परेशान होने वाली ताकतें आज भी हमें तोड़ने की हर कोशिश करती है। हमें जातियों के नाम पर लड़ाने के लिए तरह तरह के नैरेटिव गढ़े जाते, प्रांतों के नाम पर हमें बांटने की कोशिश होती है। कभी एक भारतीय भाषा को दूसरी भारतीय भाषा का दुश्मन बनाने के लिए कैंपेन चलाए जाते हैं, ताकि देश के लोग जुड़े नहीं बल्कि एक दूसरे से दूर हो। लेकिन हमें उन्हें जवाब देना होगा। एक हिंदुस्तानी के रूप में हमें एकजुट रहना होगा। विभेद के जहर का जवाब हमें एकता के इसी अमृत से देना है। यही नए भारत की ताकत है।
The Prime Minister said all the policies of the central government aim at bringing the people of the last mile into the mainstream of development by offering equal opportunities to all citizens as envisioned by Sardar Patel.
आज देश में सैचुरेशन के सिद्धांत पर काम हो रहा है। लक्ष्य ये कि हर योजना का लाभ हर लाभार्थी तक पहुंचे। इसलिए आज हाउसिंग, डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी, क्लीन कुकिंग, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी फॉर ऑल ऐसे अनेक अभियान चलाए जा रहे हैं। आज 100% नागरिकों तक पहुंचने का ये मिशन केवल एक जैसी सुविधाओं का ही मिशन नहीं है। ये मिशन एकजुट लक्ष्य, एकजुट विकास और एकजुट प्रयास का भी मिशन है।
Ekta Divas Parade witnessed the participation of contingents of BSF and of 5 state police forces. 6 police sports medal winners of the Commonwealth Games 2022 also participated in the parade. Cultural programs were cancelled in the wake of the Morbi bridge collapse tragedy. Later, the Prime Minister also attended the culmination of Aram 4.0, a program of the officer trainees of the 97th Common Foundation course. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is on a 3-day visit to Gujarat, will lay the foundation stone for various water supply projects worth 8,000 crore rupees at Tharad in Banaskantha this afternoon. The projects include Kasara to Dantewada Narmada Canal pipeline costing over 1,500 crore rupees, which will benefit the local farmers of the region. Later, the Prime Minister will dedicate to the nation 2 railway projects worth 2,900 crore rupees at Asarwa in Ahmedabad. This includes the 300-kilometer long Ahmedabad-Asarwa Himmatnagar Udaipur gauge converted line and 58-kilometer long Lunidhar-Jetalsar gauge converted line, which will offer a shorter route for Pipavav Port and Bhavnagar from Veeraval and Porbandar. The Prime Minister will also flag off new trains between Bhavnagar, Jetalsar and between Asarwa and Udaipur.
President Draupadi Murmu paid homage to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel on his birth anniversary at the Rashtrapati Bhavan today. The President and officials of the Rashtrapati Bhavan paid floral tributes in front of portrait of Sardar Patel. The President visited Sardar Patel Chowk in New Delhi this morning to pay homage to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and Home Minister Amit Shah also paid floral tributes at the statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel at Patel Chowk in New Delhi this morning. After the floral tribute, Mr. Shah flagged off Run for Unity from the National Stadium in New Delhi, in which around 8,000 people took part. Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena, Union Ministers S. Jaishankar and Meenakshi Lekhi were also present with the event. Speaking at the event, Mr. Shah said, "Today we are remembering Sardar Patel for his contribution to the future of India." He said that Sardar Patel had played an important role in persuading many princely states to join the Union of India.
अगर सरदार नहीं होते तो मैप ऐसा नहीं होता, आधा अधूरा होता। लक्षद्वीप आज भारत के अंदर है, इसका एकमात्र कारण सरदार की दूरदर्शिता थी। जब पूरा देश आजादी के उत्सव में डूबा था, सरदार ने भारतीय नौसेना को लक्षद्वीप पर भेजकर वहां पर तिरंगा फहराकर अपना दावा मजबूत करने का काम किया था। अंडमान निकोबार अगर आज भारत में है तो उसका कारण सरदार पटेल है। जोधपुर जूनागढ़ अगर भारत में है तो उसका कारण सरदार पटेल।
He added that this day is also important for the country as we are celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Mr. Shah also urged the people to follow the footsteps of Sardar Patel to work for the unity and integrity of the country. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan flagged off the Unity Run on the occasion of the Rashtriya Ekta Divas from Delhi University this morning. Vice Chancellor of Delhi University, Professor Yogesh Singh, along with registrars, principals, teachers, senior officials and students of CBSE schools, Kendriya Vidyalayas and the university took part in the Unity Run. The celebration also witnessed the Rashtriya Ekta Divas pledge taking ceremony near Gandhi statue adjacent to Vice Regal Lodge and an address by the Education Minister. Special exhibits on the life of Sardar Patel have been displayed at Jawahar Park, Vice Regal Lodge, to commemorate one of the most revered sons of the soil and learn from his life.
Hundreds of students and youth, besides personnel of various central security forces, joined the Run for Ekta in Hyderabad this morning. Union Tourism Minister G. Kishan Reddy flagged off the run, which concluded at the statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel near the State Assembly. Speaking on the occasion, the minister said the people of Telangana and Hyderabad will never forget the bold decision taken by the then Home Minister to carry out police action, due to which the region integrated into the Indian Union. He said people are able to enjoy freedom due to his firm decision. He paid floral tributes to Sardar Patel on the occasion.
हैदराबाद स्टेट को जो उसका आजाद मिलके 75 में आए, आज तेलंगाना में जितने भी जिला है, हैदराबाद लिबरेशन डे के नाम पर सरदार वल्लभभाई पटेल जी आकर तिरंगा खुद लहराए थे। उस दिन पर हैदराबाद लिबरेशन के नाम पर भी हम कार्यक्रम कर रहे हैं। सरदार पटेल जी के लिए हैदराबाद हो, तेलंगाना, निजाम के दक्कन स्टेट हो, हमको सब कुछ हमारा जान है सरदार वल्लभभाई पटेल। हमारे प्राण है, हमारे को आजाद लाने में, इस धरती पर तिरंगा लाने में सरदार पटेल जी का रोल बहुत बड़ा था। इसके लिए हम सरदार पटेल जी को कभी नहीं भूलते हैं।
Rajya Sabha member Dr. K. Lakshman was also present on the occasion. All India Radio will broadcast the annual edition of Sardar Patel Memorial Lecture today. Union Minister of Information and Broadcasting Anurag Singh Thakur will deliver the address. The theme of this year's Memorial Lecture is Saksham Bharat, Sashakt Bharat. It will be broadcast between 9:30 to 10 p.m. today across the entire network of All India Radio. Listeners can tune in to 100.1 FM Gold, 102.6 FM Rainbow, primary channels of All India Radio, AIR News Alerts on Twitter, News on AIR official YouTube channel and News on AIR app to access the broadcast. Doordarshan News will telecast Sardar Patel Memorial Lecture between 10 to 10:30 p.m. on the same day. Another program titled Sardar Patel Rashtriya Ekta Ke Shilpi, based on the profile of the Iron Man of India and excerpts from the previous editions of Sardar Patel Memorial Lecture, will be broadcast between 4:30 to 5 p.m. on National Unity Day today. Sardar Patel Memorial Lecture is organized by All India Radio in memory of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, a great visionary who had national cohesion uppermost in his mind. It has been an honoured tradition since 1955, and eminent personalities like C. Rajagopalachari, Dr. Zakir Hussain, Morarji Desai, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Jayant Narlikar, M.S. Swaminathan, Arun Jaitley, Ajit Doval and S. Jaishankar are among those who have delivered this prestigious memorial lecture in the past on wide-ranging subjects on India and its socio-economic strides. The recording of the lecture is broadcast across the entire network of All India Radio on the 31st of October, the occasion of the birth anniversary of Sardar Patel, now known as the National Unity Day.
In Gujarat, the rescue and relief operations after the collapse of a hanging bridge over the river Machu at Morbi yesterday evening have entered the last stage. Gujarat Minister of State for Home, Harsh Sanghvi, said 132 people lost their lives in the tragic incident and 2 people are still missing. He added that the rescue operation carried out by various security agencies, including NDRF, SDRF, Air Force, Army and Navy since last night, will end soon. FIR has been launched by Morbi B Division Police under various sections of IPC against those responsible for the tragedy. The minister said the culprits will face strict action. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel held a meeting with the district administration this morning and took stock of the rescue and relief work. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has decided to cancel his roadshow to be held in Ahmedabad today in the wake of the Morbi cable bridge collapse incident. BJP Gujarat Media Cell informed that the Page Committee Sneha Milan program to be held in virtual presence of the Prime Minister has been postponed. The Prime Minister has asked for close monitoring of the situation and delivery of all possible help to the affected persons. Mr. Modi spoke to the State Chief Minister and other officials regarding the Morbi mishap. The Prime Minister sought urgent mobilization of teams for rescue operations. Mr. Modi asked that the situation be closely and continuously monitored and to extend all possible help to those affected.
दुख की इस घड़ी में सरकार हर तरह से पीड़ित परिवारों के साथ है। गुजरात सरकार पूरी शक्ति से कल शाम से ही राहत और बचाव कार्यों में जुटी हुई है। केंद्र सरकार की तरफ से भी राज्य सरकार को पूरी मदद दी जा रही है। बचाव कार्य में एनडीआरएफ की टीमों को लगाया गया है। सेना और वायुसेना भी राहत के काम में जुटी हुई है। जिन लोगों का अस्पताल में इलाज चल रहा है, वहां भी पूरी मुस्तैदी बरती जा रही है। लोगों की दिक्कतें कम से कम हो, इसे प्राथमिकता दी जा रही है।
Prime Minister Modi has announced an ex gratia payment of 2 lakh rupees each from the Prime Minister National Relief Fund to the families of those who lost their lives. The injured will be given 50,000 rupees.
The second edition of the Naval Commanders Conference 2022 begins in New Delhi today. During the 4-day conference, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will address and interact with the naval commanders on matters pertaining to national security. The Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, and the Chiefs of the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force would also interact with the naval commanders. During the conference, Chief of Naval Staff, along with other naval commanders, will review major operational, material, logistics, human resource development, training and administrative activities undertaken by the Indian Navy in the last few months. They will further deliberate upon future plans for important activities and initiatives. The conference would also dwell upon the dynamics of the geostrategic situation of the region and the Navy's readiness to deal with the same. The Union Home Minister's Special Operation Medal for the year 2022 have been awarded for 4 special operations. The medal was constituted in 2018 with the objective to recognize those operations which have high degree of planning, high significance for the security of the country, state, union territory, and have significant impact on the security of larger sections of society. The award shall be conferred for special operation in areas such as counter-terrorism, border action, arms control, prevention of narcotics smuggling and rescue operations. It is announced on the 31st of October every year. In a year, normally 3 special operations are considered for the award, and in extraordinary circumstances, the award may be given up to 5 special operations to encourage state UT police.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare is organizing an event, Expansion of Horticulture Value Chain in India, Potential and Opportunities, tomorrow at Pune in Maharashtra. Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Narendra Singh Tomar, will be the chief guest on this occasion. According to an official statement, the minister will inaugurate the exhibition and felicitate farmers, farmer producer organizations, FPOs, agri-startups, entrepreneurs and bankers for the contribution to the field of horticulture. He will also launch a book, Organic Packaging, a Practice for Horticultural Crops, a compilation of success stories of the horticulture sector. The event will be attended by farmers, agri-startups, researchers, policymakers, bankers and other stakeholders. It will bring relevant stakeholders such as farmers, FPOs, Center of Excellence, COE in various crops, ICAR, crop-specific national research centers and precision farming development centers on the same platform. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Country is celebrating the National Unity Day today, commemorating the birth anniversary of architect of modern India, Iron Man Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to refrain from the negative narratives that try to divide the country on the lines of religion, caste and language. Foundation stone for various developmental projects worth around 8,000 crore rupees will be laid by Prime Minister in Gujarat today. In Morbi bridge collapse, Prime Minister asked for close monitoring of the situation and delivery of all possible help to the affected persons. The second edition of the Naval Commanders Conference of 2022 begins in New Delhi. Assam Chief Minister appeals to the United Liberation Front of Assam to come forward for peace talks for a developed and prosperous Assam. In Jammu and Kashmir, police arrest 2 suspects and recover consignment of arms and ammunition dropped through a drone along the international border. And in cricket, in the T20 World Cup match between defending champions Australia and Ireland underway at the Gabba in Brisbane. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on a Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
दिल्ली में AIR FM गोल्ड आ रहा है नए सुर, ताल और लय के साथ। हर घंटे समाचार, नए रोचक कार्यक्रम और समसामयिक विषयों पर चर्चा। 1 नवंबर से एक बार फिर आप, हम और 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर वही आपका मनपसंद रेडियो चैनल AIR FM गोल्ड करा सोना।
Welcome back to the Midday News. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, MP Sonia Gandhi and other senior leaders paid tribute to former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi at Shakti Sthal on her death anniversary today. She was assassinated on this day in 1984 by the 2 of her security guards in the national capital. Vigilance Awareness Week is being observed by Central Vigilance Commission in New Delhi from today till the 6th of next month. This year, the theme is Corruption-Free India for a Developed Nation. The Central Vigilance Commission had carried out a 3-month campaign initiative for all the ministries and departments that included management of property, assets, records and technological initiatives. Under Vigilance Week, the Commission will organize a function on the 3rd of November in New Delhi, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to grace the function as the chief guest.
Chief Election Commissioner C of India Rajiv Kumar along with Election Commissioner Anup Chandra Pandey inaugurated a 2-day international conference in New Delhi today. The theme of the conference is Role, Framework and Capacity of Election Management Bodies. In his keynote address at the inaugural ceremony, the CEC said that free, fair, inclusive, accessible and inducement-free elections, being a cornerstone of a democratic polity, is a precondition to peace and developmental dividends. These threshold concepts embody the understanding that sovereignty belongs to and flows from the people of a country. The conference is organized by the Election Commission of India ECI under cohort on election integrity led by ECI, which was established as a follow-on to the Summit for Democracy held in December 2021. The CEC offered ECI's expertise in election management to world democracies to take forward the summit's commitments to real outcomes. Addressing the conference, Ms. Elizabeth Jones, Shasti Affairs, United States, said the relationship with India is most consequential. She added that the partnership is going stronger to address global challenges and to cooperate to bring peace, security and prosperity across the world. National Academy of Agricultural Sciences NAAS President Dr. Trilochan Mahapatra has emphasized the need for increasing the production of edible oil to meet the domestic requirement in the country. Interacting with media persons in New Delhi on the importance of genetically modified GM mustard today, he highlighted the role of hybrid technology to increase the productivity of edible oil.
दो तीन बिंदु मैं संक्षिप्त में बताना चाहूंगा। हमारा सरसों का तेल, खाने का तेल का जो खपत है उसमें बड़ा गैप है। हम 25 मिलियन टन के आसपास हमें आवश्यकता है और 9-10 मिलियन टन उगा पा रहे हैं और करीब 13 से 15 मिलियन टन वो हम आयात करते हैं। और पिछले 2-3 साल में ये हालत बिगड़ा है कोविड के कारण कि जो 70-80 हजार करोड़ हमारा खर्च होता था तो अब 1 लाख करोड़ से 1.5 लाख करोड़ तक पहुंच चुका है हम जो आयात करते हैं। 1 लाख करोड़ से सालाना खर्च करना ये बहुत बड़ी हमारे इकोनॉमी का ये ड्रेन है और इसको हम लॉन्ग टर्म बेसिस में अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते।
He said the government is taking several steps to reduce its dependency on the import of edible oil. In this direction, the use of technology and hybrid oil seeds will play a significant role.
Assam Chief Minister Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sarma distributed a one-time financial grant to 318 surrendered militants in Guwahati today. He distributed checks of 1.5 lakh rupees each to the surrendered militants comprising 6 groups. Addressing the event, the Chief Minister appealed to the United Liberation Front of Assam, ALFA, to come forward for peace talks for a developed and prosperous Assam. Mr. Sarma informed that all militant groups of Assam came forward for peace talks and hoped that the ALFA will also join the peace initiative of the state government under the able leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah. He added that under the able leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Armed Forces Special Powers Act (AFSPA) has been removed from 24 districts of Assam and very soon will also be removed from the rest of the areas. Chief Minister Dr. Sarma said the state government is sincere in its efforts to bring the surrendered militants back to the mainstream society and permanent peace for the state. He urged them to engage in entrepreneurship to lead a dignified life and make meaningful contributions to the state's progress. Mr. Sarma said that the state government is embracing misguided youths who have come back home and expect them to utilize their vigor and strength to build a strong Assam. The Chief Minister said Assam today needs an economic revolution and urged the surrendered militants to devote their energies to the development of the state. He also urged them to utilize the financial grant judiciously for livelihood and generating employment. The surrendered militants included 35 members of the United Liberation Front of Assam, 37 of Kuki Liberation Front, 127 members of United Gorkha People's Organization, Kuki National Liberation Army, Dimasa National Liberation Army and Tiva Liberation Army. In Jammu and Kashmir, police on Sunday arrested 2 suspects and recovered a consignment of arms and ammunition dropped through a drone along the international border at Baspur Bangla in Arispura sector of Jammu district. AIR Jammu correspondent reports that the consignment was dropped from across the border on the intervening night of October 27 and 28 at Baspur Bangla. Police followed certain leads and monitored movement of vehicles through CCTV footage after the drone dropping and finally rounded up 2 suspects. The police said they were working for a banned militant outfit. They had picked up the consignment dropped through drones. The recoveries made from their possession include 4 pistols with 8 magazines and 47 live rounds. This is the 4th cache of drone consignment recovered by Jammu police this year. There have been repeated attempts by Pakistan to drop weapons through drones along the international border in Jammu and Punjab sectors. A series of such attempts have been successfully thwarted by the Border Security Force.
Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has been elected as the new president of Brazil. He defeated incumbent President Jair Bolsonaro in a close contest. Lula da Silva has secured 50.83% of the votes, whereas his opponent Bolsonaro managed to get 49.17% votes. Lula da Silva, 76, focused his campaign on getting Bolsonaro out of office and highlighted his past achievements throughout his campaign. His campaign promised a new tax regime that will allow for higher public spending. He has vowed to end hunger in the country, which has returned during the Bolsonaro government, whereas Bolsonaro, 67, ran for re-election under the Conservative Liberal Party. He has campaigned to increase mining, privatize public companies, and generate more sustainable energy to bring down energy prices. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated Luis Inácio Lula da Silva in winning the presidential elections. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said that he looks forward to working closely together to further deepen and widen the bilateral relations and also mutual cooperation on global issues.
Russia has launched massive missile strikes across Ukraine, including the capital Kiev, causing power and water outages. According to media reports, at least 2 blasts were reported in Kiev. Early this morning, it said that regional authorities in northern, eastern and central Ukraine also reported missile strikes. In the northeastern city of Kharkiv, critical infrastructure facilities were also hit. The mayor of Kharkiv, Ihor Terekhov, said the city has been struck by 2 missiles that targeted a critical infrastructure facility. Blasts were also reported in the cities of Zaporizhia and Cherkasy. The strikes come after Russia blamed Ukraine for a drone attack on its Black Sea fleet in the Crimea region. Twitter will revise its user verification process, Elon Musk said in a tweet on Sunday, just days after he took over one of the world's most influential social media platforms. Without giving more details, he said the whole verification process is being revamped right now. Twitter is considering charging for the coveted blue check mark, verifying the identity of its account holder. Technology newsletter Platformer has reported, citing 2 people familiar with the matter. The CEO of Tesla Inc. has not made a final decision and the project could still be scrapped, but according to Platformer, it is likely that verification will become a part of Twitter Blue.
South Korean Prime Minister Han Duck-soo today promised a thorough investigation into the Halloween crush over the weekend that killed more than 150 people in Seoul. Officials said the death toll has risen overnight to 154, with 149 injured and 33 of them in serious condition. Citizens from at least 24 countries were among the dead. Tens of thousands of partygoers had crowded into the narrow streets and alleyways of Seoul's popular Itaewon district on Saturday for the first virtually unrestricted Halloween festivities in 3 years. Many of the revelers were in their teens or 20s and dressed in costume. In Burkina Faso, at least 15 soldiers and volunteers were killed in an ambush by militants in the eastern province of the country. The security forces said on Sunday that 4 soldiers were wounded and 11 have also gone missing after the attack. According to the army, search operations are underway and reinforcements have been sent. Since 2015, the country has been grappling with insurgency.
In Iran, students clashed with security forces at universities across the country yesterday. According to media reports, security forces fired tear gas at protesting students. Yesterday's violence came as nationwide protests gripped the country despite warnings from security agencies to stop the street protests. In ICC T20 Men's World Cup Super 12 Group 1 match in Brisbane, Australia were 84 for 2 in 11 overs against Ireland when reports last came in. Earlier, Ireland won the toss and opted to field. Yesterday, India suffered a 5-wicket defeat to South Africa in their Group 2 Super 12 match at Optus Stadium in Perth. Batting first, India scored 133 runs for 9 in the stipulated 20 overs. In the other match yesterday, Pakistan registered their first victory of the World Cup, beating the Netherlands by 6 wickets. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. The country is celebrating the National Unity Day today, commemorating the birth anniversary of architect of modern India, Iron Man Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi urges people to refrain from the negative narratives that try to divide the country on the lines of religion, caste and language. Foundation stone for various developmental projects worth around 8,000 crore rupees will be laid by Prime Minister in Gujarat today. In Morbi bridge collapse, Prime Minister asked for close monitoring of the situation and delivery of all possible help to the affected persons. Second edition of Naval Commanders Conference 2022 begins in New Delhi. Assam Chief Minister appeals to the United Liberation Front of Assam to come forward for peace talks for a developed and prosperous Assam. In Jammu and Kashmir, police arrest 2 suspects and recover a consignment of arms and ammunition dropped through a drone along the international border. And in cricket, in the T20 World Cup, match between defending champions Australia and Ireland underway at the Gabba in Brisbane. And with that, we end the Midday News.